So, good afternoon. So let's start this OW2 track. The first speaker is Stefano Pampaloni from the director of SICOM, isn't it? Which is distributing Zimbra software.
Yeah.
And he's going to present us OW2 and Rios teaming up to boost the open source impact. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, this is the first slide. Yes, I'm the CEO of SICOM, but I'm the vice president of Rios 2. Rios is Rete Italiana Open Source. And today I want to tell you something about OW2 Rios and how we work together to boost the open source impact, especially with the improvement of business around open source. Let me start with OW2. OW2 has been founded in 2007 in Europe, but mainly they started in France as an independent organization focused, of course, on open source software. And the mission of W2 is to support, to promote code base of software, the open source software and projects, helping them to build the business and the social ecosystem, the community, to manage the communities around these projects, of course, to help them to be sustainable. As I said, here you can see half of the members of OW2 are based in Europe and roughly 20% in France, but today the members of OW2 are distributed across many different countries in the world. 29, roughly 30 members has organizations and 2,600 individual members and 20 associated organizations like Rios. Rios is a partner of OW2. This is the map of the project supported by OW2. You can see many different areas of the business and the software with small projects, but even well-known open source projects like PrestaShop, BlueMind, RocketChat, and No Wage, our friends just outside the room with their desk. So you can see OW2 is helping a lot of projects to grow. This is another initiative, another project led by OW2, and this is really interesting to me because it's a way to better understand the potentialities of open source software, and this is a way to analyze and to build metrics to understand the open source projects, how they are ready for the enterprise, for the business. So with a poor metric, we have just a raw code released somewhere, but not useful for business and for companies. On the other side, we can have a fully supported and well-established and sustainable project ready for the enterprises. How we can do that? We measure, we evaluate many different aspects regarding the project, from the community, the management, the quality of the code, the tests they are running, the security. In this example is 0, but I hope it's not a real use case, because with 0 security is not so good. But putting together all these metrics, I can have a clear overview of the overall value and readiness for the market of open source projects. This is really something useful for RIOS to evaluate what kind of projects to support even in Italy. And of course, it's a business-oriented assessment, and it's unique to OW2, has been built inside OW2. OW2 is running other initiatives, from many other initiatives, from big data projects to smart apps frameworks, as well as another one we are going to talk about in few minutes, so I don't want to spoiler it. And let me jump into RIOS and explain you what RIOS is. RIOS is a network of companies, just 9 compared to OW2. We are really smaller, but we started in 2015, so we are even younger. And our mission is to bring open source software to the enterprise level. How we aim to do this? We want to select the right software, thanks to the OW2 methodologies, for example, but we are going to put on top of this software our expertise, and we want to improve our knowledge of the software to be able to support projects with the highest competencies as possible, and with many different resources, we can integrate different projects, different software to be able to manage projects from end to end. So we are not just focused on one or two software, but we are able to integrate and to develop an integration between many different softwares. Here we have some numbers. We are trainers for roughly 20 different products. We have 31 partnerships with open source vendors, and in our network we have more than 80 certifications, so skilled resources, among the total of 330 technical resources. So we are acting like a big company, even if we are a group, a network of small companies. A recent initiative we started is our Tech Radar. It has something in common with the MRL initiative in OW2, but here we evaluate our own competencies. So for each dot in this radar, we evaluate our strengthness of competencies, of course, certification, and the number of resources we have inside the network, and we evaluate even the readiness for the market of each singular software. So here we are able, for first internally, but we are going to release to the public this radar, so it can be simple to understand what we are able to do. These are the technical areas of our activities. There are many different areas, from data scientists to more general digital transformations. Here we have another activity we run together with OW2. We are collaborating with them in our and them and their events. So OW2 Con is the annual event of OW2, and Open Source Week ended just 2 days ago, is our annual event. And we work together to enrich each event with cross speech and cross tools. So we enrich our contents together. Here is the initiative I mentioned earlier, started from OW2. This is something something interesting to me, because it's it's a handbook to manage open source program offices. But I don't want to spoil this initiative, because we are going to listen from my colleagues Valentina about this initiative. This is my last, so I am 3 minutes in advance.
Thanks a lot. Are there any questions from the audience? If not, I would like to thank
you,
Stefano. And we, as usual, we make 2-3 minutes of break, and then let's start with the following speaker. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's start again. Next speaker, Valentina Del Prete, responsible for the commercial positioning of the RIOS network, isn't it? And she will talk about OSP Alliance and the Good Governance Initiative. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's yours.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm here representing OW2 and RIOS, Rete Italiana Open Source. These associations born with the scope to facilitate the adoption of open source in Italy, and so I'd like to present the GGI initiative. As you well know, open source is a strong engine for innovation. The biggest player of innovation, such as IBM and Microsoft, for example, have chosen to adopt open source as a resource for improve their innovation capabilities. So now that many boundaries are fallen, and open source is in many critical business processes, it is very important to bring attention to the implicit obligation inside the open source model and the necessary to ensure its survival. Often, open source software is embedded in a software supply chain, and in this case, it is necessary to evaluate all software dependencies. For this reason, the idea of OSPO, Open Source Program Office, is beginning to spread in our community. OSPO is an office dedicated to manage open source policy and mentality to ensure its best use. Today, we are here to talk about the GGI, Good Governance Initiative. It is a kind of guideline made to help companies ask the right question in their OSPO offices. The GGI framework provides a pathway to create a successful OSPO through a list of 25 activities to analyze open source in every aspect of the business organization, such as composition analysis, development, best practice, training, HR, and management training. The goals analyzed by GGI initiative are developed from the most essential to the highest one, on the example of the Maslow pyramid: use, trust, culture, involvement, and strategy. Now we are going to see what makes up the GGI project in practice. We have a manual, a sort of guide to creating a complete OSPO, a collection of existing material to address all the challenges of open source, a space to share and promote OSPOs and the good implementation of GGI. The manual is a document of about 40 pages in which, with an operation plan and a list of very specific questions, each one can easily identify the open source used and how strong the organization's commitment to the 5 goals. In connection with this manual, GGI provides a scorecard. The scorecard is a tool to describe the main aspect of open source project. Each goal creates a list of activities that the scorecard helps to analyze and that GitLab can help to organize as tasks to be assigned and tracked while progressing. To help these activities, the GGI community provides a GitLab scorecard template that can be split to be used with just 10 minutes of implementation and the right time and the right amount of time to adapt the template to the organization's project. But we are not here only to present the initiative, but also to ask for your participation. OSPO Alliance was launched in 2021 by European non-profit organization to promote an approach of excellence in open source software management. And the second release was published just on Monday. We would love to have all the people and the organization who want to make this connection between the deep ethical value of open source and the needs of organizations that need to combine the philosophy and the strategy of open source with sustainability and profitable business models on board with us. Here you can see the OSPO Alliance in a few words. A vendor natural spaces funded by the European non-profit organization. Participant is open to all. Low barriers, no fee, no commitment, just a statement of support. Our members include organizations of all sizes types, small and medium and large companies, academic and administration. Here you can see the historical founders and the main contributors. And you can start to contribute to the project in a practical way right now. As an example, we need to support to translate documentation. We only have 5 languages being translated, and we are working hard on translating Italian, but it could be very important to add more languages. Translating this kind of document is very important cultural activities, because in order to transport the text, it forces an effort of cultural adaptation to help the foundation understand the needs of different nations and markets, as well as help its dissemination in native languages. And we do that in the open source way, using Weblate, an open source solution that allows free service hosting for open source projects. It was used for many libre software projects and companies in over 165 countries. Allow anyone to suggest new translation. It is linked with GitLab repository, easily to interface through local bash scripts. If I have convinced you, or if I have just created a spark curiosity, here below you can find all the details about the recursive meeting, the web page, the Python meeting, and so on. We are open, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you a lot, Valentina. You are very, very fast.
Yeah.
Are there any questions from the audience? Yes, there is a microphone here.
Well, it's not just a question, but I started the Italian translation on Weblate, and I've translated just 2 sentences. So we need your help to translate all the other sentences. So you are invited to contribute, because the Italian translation is really poor today, just 2 sentences. We need the contribution of everyone, and if someone wants to start this translation into another language, you can ask through Weblate to be the maintainer of the other translations. So I know that there are coming translation for Chinese and other countries, but of course we can. We are open to all the other languages.
Thank you for this statement. Other comments or questions? Okay, if not, thanks a lot, Valentina, for your presentation. And I think we can close here, and this session is closed now, and we start from here at 15:20 with the next track, which is the community track here in this room. For the online participants, you have to change, let's say, the online streaming. So thanks a lot to all the online and physical participants to this track. So see you in the next presentations. Thanks a lot.